President Trump holds a secret meeting at the White House. Former Vice President Kamala Harris gets criticized for posting a depressing photo on the 4th of July. Elon Musk reignites his feud with the president after making a shocking announcement on X. And we talk about what really caused the flash floods in Texas.
Fox News broke the news yesterday of that secret meeting between President Trump and the Saudi defense minister, which comes just days before Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is slated to meet with the president at the White House. Multiple sources told Bret Baier that the Saudi defense minister, Prince Khalid bin Salman, KBS, who's the younger brother of the Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, secretly visited the White House Thursday and met with key officials, including President Trump, to discuss the opportunities right now to shift the paradigm in the Middle East in the wake of the U.S. strikes on Iran's key nuclear sites, a moment that they believe gives the president enormous leverage to reshape the Middle East. The discussions, which included Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth and the president's Middle East envoy and top negotiator Steve Witkoff, included discussions about de-escalation with Iran, getting Iran to the negotiating table, ending the Gaza war, and negotiating the release of the remaining hostages, both those who are still alive and the dead. There are an estimated 20 hostages held by Hamas who are believed to be alive. The purpose of the visit was to create what was described as a peace footing in the Middle East. While there wasn't an exclusive focus on the possibility of normalization between the Saudi kingdom with Israel, the conversation, according to sources, dealt with the steps that need to happen vis-a-vis the Palestinians to get there.
One thing that we have to notice here is that Democrats have been quick to back down on their statements. We've had Representatives Al Green and AOC try and call for the president to be impeached. This was after he dropped multiple bunker buster bombs on Iran's nuclear sites, a military operation that has led to a ceasefire between Israel and Iran. And while all ceasefires are delicate, he was still able to do it, something that the left will never acknowledge. And now, he's working to stop the conflict in Gaza, wars that happened under the poor leadership of the former administration. Speaking of which, Kamala Harris is not enjoying retirement. She's getting called out for a depressing post on X, with her leaving out a very important person in her photo. But before we get to that, if you're getting value from this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and drop a like below. In a post on X, Kamala said this: "This 4th of July, I am taking a moment to reflect. Things are hard right now. They're probably gonna get worse before they get better. But I love our country, and when you love something, you fight for it. Together, we will continue to fight for the ideals of our nation." Now, I do have to go by the facts here. The Biden-Harris administration loved our country so much that they allowed more than 20 million illegal immigrants into the country. That was with Kamala Harris as the border czar. They also raised inflation to a 40-year high, gave us the Inflation Reduction Act that did anything but reduce inflation, and gaslit the entire nation into thinking that President Trump was a threat to democracy. I also have to note that this photo has been cropped. As you can see, Kamala and Doug weren't alone in this shot, which shows us that the Biden-Harris duo was not as happy as they made it out to be. We also have to address that for a former vice president, she's very negative, especially on a day that many Americans around the globe celebrate. Some users online ask whether the former vice president was drunk tweeting, with others claiming that her loss last year has led to a chance for America to actually realize its potential once again. Moving on, let's talk about Elon Musk. While the billionaire has apologized to the president, he still seems to be set on creating another political party here in the United States.
Tonight, on the heels of President Trump signing his massive domestic policy bill into law, his former close ally, Elon Musk, announcing the formation of a new political party. Musk, the world's richest person, taking to his social media site X to say, "We live in a one-party system, not a democracy. Today, the America Party is formed to give you back your freedom." Musk, who was President Trump's top campaign donor, has been feuding with the president over the so-called One Big Beautiful Bill, which the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office says will add more than $3 trillion to the national debt over the next 10 years. Musk has referred to the legislation as a debt slavery bill and had been teasing a new political party for days.
So why is Musk launching this party now? Is this like some type of escalation of some sort of his feud with President Trump?
Well, Pablo, some people would say it's exactly that. I mean, Musk has been vocally opposing the One Big Beautiful Bill that, as Trump calls it, that Trump just passed. And he has been threatening to take action and to form another political party if this happens. And now this is the follow through of that in a way. Now, we don't know if Musk has actually formed this party. He said that he's forming it, but so far there is no actual record of this, official record of this party. But it comes after a feud with President Trump that Musk has been having. And let's not forget, Musk spent around $250 million supporting the Trump campaign in 2024, and then only for Trump to pass a bill that would cut a lot of funding to Musk's companies because it would cut energy support for clean energy like solar energy, wind energy, and also electric vehicles. Right. So this affects Musk quite personally as well.
Let's now talk about some tragic news over in Texas, as a recent flash flood has caught many of them off guard.
Now to the deadly 4th of July holiday in Texas, where at least 51 people were killed in these catastrophic flash floods. Dozens more remain missing tonight, including a group of girls from a summer camp. Searchers are scouring the area around the clock in hopes of locating any signs of survivors.
Look out, guys! In Kerrville, Texas, just northwest of San Antonio. First responders continue battling treacherous conditions, searching for those still missing following devastating 4th of July floods.
Not just every hour, every minute counts, which is why there's people in the air, people in the water, people on the ground right now, because they're looking to save every last life, and we will not give up that effort.
The Guadalupe River reached 26 feet high in less than an hour, the second highest ever. Lorena Guillen runs a restaurant in Kerrville. She says a nearby RV park was full for the holiday. All those RVs, she says, were washed away.
We had all the EMS and rescue team trying to save a family that was at the river, clinging for life, and they couldn't get to them.
You heard them?
We all heard them.
Rescuers desperately searching for more than 24 young girls from Camp Mystic who are among the missing. Pierce Boyette and his brother Ruffin managed to escape from Camp La Junta with the help of heroic staff.
The flood started getting bigger, and it was going up to, we have bunk beds in our cabins, and it was going up to the top bunk, and we had one choice, and we had to swim out of our cabins.
100 miles to the east, at least 2 deaths are linked to major flooding in Travis County.
This is the worst I've seen it.
Today, the San Gabriel River also overflowed. Flash floods there prompted evacuations in Georgetown and Williamson County. The White House says it's monitoring the situation.
The federal government needs to be here for the support and extra resources on the ground as well, and that is what we are doing.
Now, there are many reasons being given as to why it happened, with some conspiracy theorists blaming weather manipulation for this tragic event. However, some say that it was just a lot of rain.
Tom, well, we had a disturbance, a little circulation across central Texas that just kept bringing in the moisture, dumped a lot of heavy rain, and we actually had some remnant moisture from what was left of what used to be Tropical Storm Barry mixed in there as well. So a lot of rain fell in a short period of time, and it just ended up in a horrible, catastrophic flooding situation. So what exactly happened? Well, the Guadalupe River at Hunt reached its second highest height on record early yesterday, higher than the 1987 flood. How quickly did this happen? Well, the Guadalupe River at Hunt rose around 22 feet in just a few hours, in just 3 hours. Now, a little bit farther away from there, the Guadalupe River at Comfort rose a whopping 26 feet in just 45 minutes. So you see, if you were sleeping and even if you were awake, it was just going to be very difficult to get away from that raging flow of water that had a lot of force and a lot of power behind it. Let's check out where the Guadalupe River at Hunt crested. It was early on the morning of the 4th of July, close to 30 feet. You can see that huge spike there before that water started to recede a bit. So this was a horrific situation. Heavy rain fell. Over a foot of rain has fallen over the last 2 days for parts of the Texas Hill Country. You can see the Burnett area, close to 18 inches of rain showing up there. And we also still have a flash flood flood emergency for life-threatening widespread flooding still ongoing right now. Kerrville up to around 11 inches to a foot over the last couple of days, and Brady close to 15 inches. So we still have major flooding issues going on across a big chunk of central Texas even right now.
Some are blaming DOGE and the Trump administration for the flash flood, claiming that the NWS, a branch of the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, cut 600 staff members due to DOGE, which some now believe may have caused the inaccurate forecast by the National Weather Service. Here's my question. Do you think that this flash flood can be pinned on the Trump administration? Our hearts go out to everyone affected by this calamity, and we're hoping that many more people are found alive and saved by local authorities and rescue groups. If you got into this point of the video, thank you for sticking around. You're the kind of viewer that we value here on the channel. Make sure to subscribe and leave a thumbs up. I'll see you in the next one.